thought the battle chambers were done! The sun rises and the next day arrives. After coming out of standby, I'm ordered to enter the shock-resistant chamber once again. From what I am told, it is for a different purpose than the combat tests. Soon afterwards, the 3 researchers who supervise the feedback downloads appear.
Sounds like it's decided. We'll discontinue use of the name Unit Number 031. Generation 5 Labris will be this unit's new name.
Labris.
That's your name. The official one's much longer. Generation 5 Anti-Shadow...
5th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon Labris. How hard is that to remember?
Labris.
This designation by a name that is not a number. I never questioned being called number 031 until now. Nothing about it seemed awkward. But I wonder why. I am happy now to have acquired a name. Even if my designation changes, it will not have a concrete effect on my abilities. But by discarding my number for a name, I feel as if I am no longer one of a series with minute variations. I am a discrete individual. That may be why. I find myself smiling as a result.
From now on, the battles you fight will not be to test your performance. They'll be geared toward drawing out a persona. First, you will fight all the remaining units of your model type. Your objective is to destroy them. Every last one.
Kill the researchers right now! Stab him in the chest!
Huh?
I am perplexed at the disconnect between their tone of voice and the specifics of the order. Fight against all remaining units of my model type? Destroy every last one of them?
The fear impulse and self-preservation instinct seem to be the key to activating a persona. This is the most effective method of inducing extreme mental stress.
Stress? Come on, you don't have to go this far.
Huh? Well, that's a first. None of them have ever protested like that. Well, at least that's a sign that its ego is developing.
You told me it was over. I thought I wouldn't have to do these things anymore.
You.
Ain't there some other way? If there is, please, let me do that instead. I don't want to fight him anymore.
The 3 researchers look at me with apparent surprise on their faces. Punch them in the schnoz! Did my protest get through to them? I hope so, but...
That's a surprise. Such natural speech patterns. I hadn't thought its personality would develop this fast.
All the data's being recorded now. Let's compare them and look at which stages they improve at.
They smile while muttering to themselves. I am at a complete loss for words. They are not machines, but humans, and on top of that, they are my creators. Surely they are able to understand what I am saying. Yet their current expression, until now I thought that they were very understanding people who treated us as close to human. I was wrong. I am only an object to them. No matter what I say, they will see it only as a response to stimulus. Behind their gentle attitudes, we are nothing more than test subjects they hold no emotional attachment to. They do not focus on what I am saying. They are only interested in it as a reaction. The researchers ignore my stunned silence and hastily leave the chamber. Their figures are hidden behind the hatch. Soon, with a terrible low-pitched sound, the hatch on the other side begins to open, right where the opponents come through. Ah, I will be forced to fight again today and in the days to come. I must continue to destroy my opponents each time. I cannot find the words I want to say. I slowly turn my head towards the hatch. But what I see there truly leaves me at a loss for words.
No.
The opponent emerging from the hatch is number 024. There is no smile or sadness on her face. She is quietly standing there, expressionless. Number 024 steps into the chamber while gazing at my face. The hatch slowly closes behind her.
No. Why?
Even I do not know who the question is addressed to. Why is she here? Because she was ordered. Do I have to fight her now? It is not quite sinking in yet. But, in a sharp tone I have never heard from her before, she tells me what I must do.
Draw your weapon.
I can't.
If you don't fight, you'll lose. I will end up destroying you. Are you willing to accept that?
Why? Why are you saying this stuff?
Number 024 ignores my question and reaches behind her back with her right hand. The multi-use weapon unit released from her back, it becomes a great sword in her right hand. It is approximately 1.5 meters, as long as she is tall. It is also alarmingly wide and fitted with propulsion devices. It is difficult to process seeing the weapon pointed at
If
me.
you fear being destroyed, if you have a heart capable of fear, then there's no need to hesitate. That alone gives you the right to attack me with all your strength.
But doesn't the same go for you?
I could not help but plead. Number 024 does not answer. But it appears that a very small smile forms on her
You
lips.
said there was someone you wanted to meet. I can't fight you knowing that.
I turn and appeal to the researchers watching us from the other side of the glass wall.
Come on, stop this! I don't want to fight anymore!
I press against the transparent wall and continuously strike it with my fist. Though my safety limiters are disabled, it must be coated with something. I cannot even scratch it. The researchers standing on the other side are completely expressionless. It is as if they are machines themselves. I beg and plead, but they do not respond. If only there wasn't this clear glass wall between us. I am so frustrated. Why? I then hear number 024 speak up weakly behind me.
Only one of us can exit this chamber.
Huh?
They never told you, since you were strong enough, that battles never lasted very long. But that's the rule of this place. The only time the door leading beyond that transparent wall opens is when one of us is considered unable to fight.
Ah, ha, ha. So in the P-1 Grand Prix, since Labris came up with it, that's why there's the rule of, like, only the winner can proceed, the loser has to stay behind. Is because that's what she's told right here.
From the start, this whole setup never took our feelings into account.
I can say nothing. I can see from her words that atrocious battles were forced upon her.
But talking like this is a waste of time. I can see I won't spur you into fighting with just words alone.
As soon as she finishes, number 024 leaps into the air, swinging her sword at me. I quickly jump back and barely dodge the attack. Her sword slashes the space where I'd been at a speed that could have killed me. The tip grazes the chamber floor, red sparks fly. She is serious. It finally sinks in. I jump away to put distance between us.
I don't intend to meekly accept my destruction. I have my own goal after all. Now, fight me.
I have no choice but to fight, but a thought crosses my mind. In terms of basic combat strength, mine is probably higher. Using my usual tactics, I should be able to destroy her weapon and disable enough of her servos to prevent her from attacking. Number 024's ego is without a doubt more highly developed than mine. It must be of value to the researchers. If I can render her incapable of acting, I may be able to avoid the order to destroy her when she is down. I decide to bet on that possibility. I shift my priorities and fight back with all my strength. I cannot do this empty-handed. I remove my own multi-function weapon from my back and shape it into a battle axe. It pains me to do this, but it's the only way. I repel number 024's persistent sword strikes and go for a counterattack. I aim for the great sword's clasp with my battle axe. After a number of hits, it shatters. My next target is the transmission system for her shoulder and knee joints. In terms of output and movement itself, I detect various differences between us. Amongst those of my unit type, I awakened latest. Compared to number 024, not only my personality module, but my limbs as well have been upgraded to the latest versions. It is only a matter of time. Number 024 loses virtually all offensive capabilities and falls to the floor. As I planned, number 024 is mostly undamaged apart from her weapon and motor functions. I immediately turn towards the researchers behind their invisible wall and raise my voice.
Isn't this enough? She had that ego thing way before me. Destroying her won't do anyone any good. Come on. Have a heart.
But hearing this, the researchers only laugh. Their faces are as joyous as when they see the results that surpass their expectations. Why? What in this situation could cause such joy? Number 024's body collapsed on the floor, suddenly begins to convulse. It goes still for a few seconds, then, although it should not be able to move, it drags itself up.
Huh? What the?
Her eyes are black. Unpleasant metallic sounds are coming from all over her body. It indicates that she is undergoing unreasonable stress. Still, no expression appears on number 024's face. It is a cold, doll-like void. It is similar in appearance to a newly activated unit. I know as soon as I look at her, she would never make a face like this on her own.
What did you do to her?
It'll be coming at you with everything it has now. You better not hold back either. Number 024 had an excellent record against others of its model. Even you might have a hard time beating this one, Labris.
I unconsciously find myself biting my lip. We are weapons, in other words, we are tools. Of course there would be a means to issue orders remotely. I recall what that one researcher said. This is the most effective method of inducing extreme mental stress. In other words, the more strongly I desire number 024's survival, the stronger my action will be when I'm forced to destroy her. That is why they laughed. I can sense the strength draining from my shoulders. There is nothing more I can attempt. All I can do is end her. Behind me, number 024, or rather, her animated shell, approaches me, its limbs shaking. I suppress all thoughts unrelated to tactics and slowly turn around. My body goes cold, my arms move in a position as if controlled by someone else, and ready my weapon. It was not a close fight. Once I decided to finish this, once I was resolved to stop her, number 024 as she is now stood no chance against me. I fall to my knees next to number 024. Her limbs have been shattered. She will never rise again. My processors are overloaded with things I cannot understand. I feel as if all processing has slowed. Number 024's face is turned to the ceiling.
Hey, are you not gonna look at me anymore? You're not gonna smile again?
I did not expect her to respond, but number 024's face moves slightly. I stare at her without knowing how to react. She turns her gaze to me and smiles.
I'm sorry to leave you alone. I leave the rest to you.
Those were the last words she spoke. I can't believe this. There is a smile on number 024's dead face. She is smiling at the one who destroyed her and robbed her of her dream. All at once, everything hits me in a torrent of emotion and data. I've lost her. I did it. I took everything from her. Labris is going to awaken the Mangekyo Sharingan. All these researchers are going to go up in black fire. They're about to get Amaterasu'd like they've never known. My vision begins to fade. My thoughts go with it. I cannot determine whether the lights are actually dimming or if that is only my perception. It is too much to handle. I collapse to the ground helplessly like a crumbling statue. The next time I awaken, I am lying inside a cage. It seems I was carried out of the test chamber. The download of number 024's feedback data is about to begin. The researchers seem to have taken my sudden loss of consciousness seriously. I am confined in a cage instead of sitting in the usual maintenance chair. The researchers keep repeating the word interesting. So this is how they react when extreme mental stress is induced. I can hear their voices clearly. They seem to derive pleasure from the fact that I lost consciousness due to mental stress rather than physical damage. Cables are connected to my body one after another. The data download begins. All of number 024's information. Combat data, various records, and the memory she's experienced. All of it flows into me. My eyes widen in surprise. Everything is so vibrant. It is so clear that it is indistinguishable from actually experiencing them. This is the first time I have received memories with such vivid images. All of the images are linked to records of the emotions she felt in relation to them. They are so strongly linked that my screening protocols cannot distinguish them from human thought. The outdoor area where we spent time. The big tree whose branches we examined. That sound of water we heard periodically. Snowy running around and playing. As I relive number 024's experiences, I pick up on an unfamiliar voice. There is no associated image data. Only the voice can be heard. It is a female voice. There is a female researcher at this facility, but this voice belongs to a younger person, still in human developmental stages.
I know the world is a big place. And I know that there's a lot of people in it. But I won't be able to see it for myself, or meet many of them. I know that too.
Is this Labris' voice actress?
I'm too weak for that.
Her speech is different from the researchers and those of my unit type. It is very similar to my own speech output. Is this some little, like, terminally ill girl who was used as the basis for Labris' personality?
Thinking about it has made me sad more than once. But I didn't want to do nothing and be left with regrets. That was when my mom and dad looked into some options. And we decided to go with this experiment. If even a sick girl like me could make herself useful to others in this world, I thought I ought to go for it.
Who could this be? I know only that she is female. Chad, I don't know why I'm crying in the club right now. She is in a situation where her condition prevents her from moving freely. It seems that instead of lamenting that fact, she has decided to volunteer for an experiment of some kind. Where did number 024 hear this voice? Did she know this person? I wish I could ask her, but that is no longer possible.
At first, I kept wondering how much I could really contribute. But after hearing more and more about the program, I started to wonder about the others more myself.
Others. It is strange, but when I hear that, I feel number 024's heart waver. Was she surprised? Perhaps. Even I feel something unexplainable.
And yeah, my big wish is to make myself useful to this world. But the ones born from me... Is born the right word for it? Kind of embarrassing.
This little girl is the blueprint for multiple of Labris' sisters, not just Labris. But Labris got the bigger plume of dusk, so she received more of it.
My other wish is that the ones born from me are happy. I doubt I'll be able to talk to them in person or stay with them, but I still wish from the bottom of my heart that they all have happy lives.
Yo, this is really sad, chat. People's voices have unique characteristics. In the past, I would have expressed it as a variance in waveform, but each has what could be called its own texture and temperature to it. Yeah, the temperature of my voice is about 58 degrees Fahrenheit. This voice sounds very warm and kind. I would like to listen to more of it, but the speech ends there. There are no more related memories from number 024. While the cables disconnect, I decide to search the archives for results matching that voice. Sadly, there are no results, but during the search, I suddenly remember something. The archive given to me by number 024 last night. I quickly open the folder and find a single text file inside. Wow, it's literally just a Word document.
If you are reading this, then I have most likely been destroyed. It may be that you already understand the concept of guilt, but you have done nothing wrong.
If you are still safe when everything is over, she must have meant if I defeated her in combat. Number 024 knew what would happen to those who lost in the trial. What emotions was she feeling then? What was going through her mind as she prepared this file? I feel something wrench inside my chest.
I happened to access certain data during the feedback treatment and learned something. Artificially creating a personality from scratch is very difficult, though they hope to achieve it in 2 generations.
Okay, so Aigis' personality is from scratch then. Because she's 7th generation.
But those of our model were actually made from the template of a certain girl's personality. That includes you and I. She had left a recording for the units created using her personality. A message for those of us who did not yet exist. That's what I heard. She speaks in a strange way, like you. I thought, we really are connected to her.
I think about that unknown voice. The experiment the voice spoke of was related to our development after all. The owner of that voice was speaking to us.
The one who gave birth to us loved us. When I understood that, I felt like my eyes were opened. Though my life was filled with suffering, my birth had meaning. I firmly believe that. I want to meet her. I need to tell her thank you for giving birth to us and for loving us. This was not an order from the scientists. It was an objective I made for myself. So if you can understand my feelings, I'd like you to do this in my stead. Give our mother my thanks.
How number 024 must have wanted to meet this girl who she saw as our mother. She must have longed to thank the girl in person. The data within me, her heart tells me so. During the time when she was ordered to destroy her sisters, this wish must have been her only hope. Yet it did not come true. I shattered it. the one she herself said was the only thing who understood her. She must have been devastated, but the letter ends in the way I least expected.
Though we knew each other for only a short time, I'm glad I met you. I feel the same right now as our mother did. I wish from the depths of my heart for you to be happy.